Hey there. So, if the words chain rule make your stomach do a little flip, don't worry, you are in exactly the right place. We are going to break this thing down into something so simple, so visual that it'll just click. Ready? Let's dive right in. So, you see a function like this, right? And it's easy to just freeze. I mean, it's a function wrapped up inside another function, and it just looks complicated. But the key to solving it really is to stop thinking about it as some big, scary formula and start thinking about it like this. That's it. That's the whole secret. It's an analogy from a great lesson plan by teacher Shuriye Omar. The second you start seeing these problems as just a box sitting inside another box, the entire process becomes, well, a whole lot less scary. So here's our game plan. First, we'll dig into that box inside a box idea. Then, we'll learn a super simple three-step rule. After that, we'll see it in action, talk about the common traps to avoid, and wrap up with your new strategy for success. Okay, first things first. Let's really get our heads around this box idea and what on earth we mean by outer and inner functions. So here's the key concept. One function is the outer box. You can think of it like the container. The other is the inner function. That's just whatever's inside the container. And the one rule you have to remember is this. You always deal with the outer box first. And check this out. This lays it out perfectly using our original problem. The outer box is just the main thing that's happening. Something is being cubed. And the inner contents? That's just the 2x plus 1. See? It's not one big scary thing. It's just two separate parts.
Okay, so now that we can actually see the pieces, let's learn the recipe for solving the puzzle. And I'm not talking about some long, complicated formula here. It's a simple, repeatable three-step process.
Here it is. This is your new mantra for the chain rule. Seriously. Number 1, differentiate the power. Number 2, keep what is inside, just leave it alone. And number 3, multiply the whole thing by the derivative of that inside part. That's it. That is the entire rule. Now let's put it to work.
You know, theory is great and all, but seeing is believing. So let's apply this three-step rule to a couple of examples, and you can watch just how straightforward this really is. Okay, quick reminder. Power. Inside. Multiply. Let's do this. All right, our first example, f of x equals x plus 3 squared. Let's follow the recipe. Step 1, differentiate the power. So the power is 2. We bring that 2 down to the front, and we reduce the power by 1. That leaves us with 2 times x plus 3 to the power of 1. Step 1, done. Step 2 is the easiest part. We just kept the inside, the x plus 3, exactly as it was, untouched. Now for step 3. We multiply by the derivative of that inside part. Well, the derivative of x plus 3 is just 1, so we multiply our whole expression by 1. And look at that, that gives us our clean final answer. The derivative, f prime of x, is simply 2 times x plus 3. See? When you go step by step, it's just logical. No magic involved. Okay, you ready? Let's tackle our original problem now. F of x equals 2x plus 1 cubed. We're going to use the exact same recipe. Step 1, differentiate the power. We bring that 3 down to the front, and we reduce the power to 2. That gives us 3 times 2x plus 1 squared. Once again, step 2 is already done. That inside part, the 2x plus 1, it just stays put. Now, for step 3, we need the derivative of the inside. Well, the derivative of 2x plus 1 is 2. So, we multiply our entire expression by 2. And now to get our final answer, we just have to tidy it up. We multiply that 3 at the front by the 2 at the back, which gives us 6. So our final answer is f prime of x equals 6 times 2x plus 1 squared. We did it. We just solved that problem that looked so intimidating at the beginning. Now, following the steps is absolutely key, but it's also really smart to know where people usually trip up. So let's look at a few common traps so you can just sidestep them completely. There are really 3 main places things go a little wrong. The number one most common mistake, by far, is forgetting step 3, that last little multiplication by the derivative of the inside. The other 2 are kind of related, just trying to skip steps in your head or generally rushing through the problem. The good news? All of these are super easy to avoid. And that brings us to what might be the most important piece of advice in this whole explainer. It's not a shortcut, it's not a trick, it's a method. Take your time and write every step. When you do that, you're not just hoping to get it right. You're building a process that guarantees you get it right.
Okay, so let's put this all together into a bulletproof strategy, a little plan you can use for any problem every single time to feel totally confident and in control.
Here it is, 4 simple things. First, just slow down and actually read the problem. Second, consciously identify your outer box and your inner contents. Third, and this is crucial, physically write down each of the 3 steps as you do them. And finally, take a second to check your work. This methodical approach, that's your key to mastery.
And that leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? We just took what seems like a complex calculus concept and made it way simpler just by breaking it down into a box analogy and a 3-step rule. So the question is, what else in your work or even your life looks really intimidating right now, but could be mastered if you just found the right small, repeatable steps?